Hello everyone, this is the 2006 Suzuki Katana that I'm selling. I'm going to put a screenshot of the VIN report that the dealer I bought it from in February of 2019 pulled. So it's been the first event. There's a registration in Idaho from 2013 with 2,033 miles on it. Then it was registered in California in April 2018 and I bought it 200 miles later in February 2019 with 7,890 miles on it. Right now it has 9,270 miles. It might go slightly up, so I'm saying it's about 9,300 miles. I might still ride it a little bit. So why am I selling the bike? Because technically it's registered in my name, but it's basically my wife's bike. So we bought this for her in February while she was still making her motorcycle driver's license here in California, and I registered in my name because she didn't have a license at the time we bought it, and she's been riding it a little bit, like 2 or 3 tours with me. I have a Kawasaki ZX14, that's my bike, and she is a little bit intimidated by this bike, not so much because of the power or anything, but mostly because she's like a little bit on the shorter side. She has a short leg inseam, so she can barely reach the ground. I tried to make it a little better by buying a used second seat for this bike on eBay and then shaving it off a little bit and re-upholstering it. So I'm gonna give you that seat too. That helped a little bit, but didn't really do much for her. So on the last tour she took with the bike, she was in a situation where she couldn't go forward and she couldn't push it backward on her own because she could barely reach the ground. It was going a little bit downhill. Long speed short, she is really not comfortable on the bike. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to sell the bike and buy her a maxi scooter. So maybe she is a little bit less intimidated by the scooter. Everything's okay with the bike, so everything works. Bike is in very good condition. The tires are pretty new, so the front tire has a manufacturing date of week 22, 2017. It looks like new, the front tire. The rear tire I put on. So basically the dealer I bought it from put it on after I bought the bike. So the rear tire has less than 1,400 miles on it. So I did change the air filter just before doing this video, just like yesterday. It was probably unnecessary. The old air filter looked pretty new, but anyway, I changed it. And I did an oil change when I purchased the bike shortly after. So the current oil, which is full synthetic oil, and the oil filter, I changed that too, of course. And they have both, or the oil has like less than 1,400 miles on it. So you're good to go there. And the chain I looped cleaned and looped every like few hundred miles. So I think I did this like in 1,400 miles, like 3 or 4 times. So it's in a pretty good shape. What I also want to stress out is that the bike has a GV mono key rack on the back. I'm not going to include a top case. I'm going to still use my GV top case on my Kawasaki. So, but you can also use this as a luggage rack. And why I want to stress this out is that you cannot buy this rack here anymore in the US. So it's discontinued. I tried to find any kind of luggage rack that I could my GV plate on, and no luck. So you cannot buy this at all in the US anymore, unless that changes. But as of yesterday, I didn't. So I did some Google search again, and I really desperately tried to get a luggage rack for this bike. But again, no chance. It's discontinued. And how I got this one was that I, on my last visit to Germany, purchased this from Italy. It was shipped to my mom's house in Germany, and then I put this in my suitcase and brought it back. So if you if you plan to put on luggage on the bike, then I would strongly consider this a good argument to purchase this bike here, because it has it. It also has a top case, Man, a tank bag that I'm going to give you. It's a Nelson tank bag. I don't need it anymore because I have a GV locking tank bag with a locking mechanism on my Kawasaki. This one is pretty huge that I'm going to give you. Has a rain cover, will fit a full-size helmet. It also, the bike has a lithium battery in there, so the dealer put it in there when I purchased it. So the lithium battery is from February 2019, pretty new. So yeah, let's look at the condition of the bike. Again, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm going to highlight every little nick and scratch and everything. So, and this is probably hard to see in the video. There are some like shallow scratches on the tachometer. So, and again, I'm not sure if the camera is going to be able to see it. It's like some light scratches, some shallow scratches, as if someone has rubbed over it with like a rough sponge or something. No big deal, just wanted to mention it. The tank is pretty okay, there's no rust or anything inside. There are some remains of the factory stickers that I pulled off, so you might be able to polish this away. I didn't spend much time on removing the stickers. There are some like shallow scratches here. Again, you could probably polish this away. There's a little nick here. Nothing that will rust or anything, corrode, but it's just there. Same here, little tiny nick is here. The bike has tipped over once. That is this very shallow scratch here. That's the only crack or whatever in the whole fairing. There's a little crack here, doesn't go all the way through. That's the only crack in the whole fairing. Little tiny nick here. Here's in the glass in the front, there's like I'm not sure if you can see it, there's a shallow scratch here. It's not a crack or anything, it doesn't go through, it's like very shallow, but it's there. Shield is okay, just some very shallow, I wouldn't even say scratches, but something like the biggest one being here. It's really tough for the camera to catch it, I guess. But no cracks, very tight, everything's okay. Shallow scratch here. It's not a crack, it's just a very shallow scratch, same here. Tires again are very good shape. Brakes are working very good, are not rattling or anything. The discs look very good. So coming to this side, and with the factory stickers, same here on the other side. So I removed them with a heat gun, rubbed over it with alcohol, but you probably need to have like a polishing machine or something. There's this shallow scratch here, so again it's not going to rust or corrode or anything, it's just there. And here, down here, there is like also from a tip over on that side, so it's nothing cracked or anything, but there's like shallow scratches here. Oil is still honey colored. Again, I changed it not so long ago. No cracks or anything down here. Rims look pretty good. Nothing to say here, no scratches in the, well, some very shallow scratches here in the exhaust. Nothing on this fairing. All looks good. The rear rim has some shallow scratches here. I don't know if you can see them. Like down here, some shallow scratches. Yeah, rear tire. This is some dirt, I think. So rear tire looks really good. Again, it's pretty new. Just did some highway riding with it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much more to say. There's no complaints. Let's fire on the engine. So let's see. It requires me to pull the clutch. Let's see how I do this with one hand. Probably I can't do it with one hand. I hope it's not going to tip over. Let's see. So I hope we'll be able to pick it up. It's pretty cool, the bike. It's still very cool. I just driven it around the corner to like this church parking lot here. So it's running very cold. I didn't pull the choke, so it has a choke. Pull up the So it runs a little bit more, well, not stable, but more evenly when it's warm. The neighbors here are gonna hate me. Yeah, I would say let's go for a ride with it, right? Nothing else that comes up. It's, well, it's registered, maybe I should mention that too, it's registered till April 2020, so it's paid till April 2020. So unless you'll take it out of state, you don't have to pay any new registration fees until then. And its title is clean and all, and it's registered in my name, so you can basically ride off with it. All right, yeah, one last look here, and then I'm gonna do a quick test run around the neighborhood and over the highway. Two things I haven't shown you yet is one is the under-seat storage area or the under-seat area. It has some rubbings off here from the seat. Nothing that you'll see once the seat is on. Nothing that looks like it's gonna rust. Yeah, everything's okay here. Again, this is the lithium battery. That's the tool set. So yeah, that's basically it for the area under the seat. Seat is also immaculate, so there's nothing, no tear, no nothing on it. The tank, I can show you the tank. I don't know if it makes sense. I mean, there's no rust or anything, so it all looks very clean. Yeah, let's go for a ride. And keep in mind, when I'm sitting on the bike and accelerating all that, I'm a super heavy dude, so I'm 270 pounds or something, so yeah, keep that in mind, that if you're a little bit lighter, then it will accelerate even better than with me on it. All right, let's go. So all the lights, everything works. So the signal lights, the brake lights, everything works. Take my word for it. Okay. It also has the cell phone mount here on the right side. Yeah, you can put any, you unscrew this and then you put your cell phone in there, and it has this attached added security strap here. Okay, let's do a little tour. Over the highway. So it makes like about 45 to 50 miles per gallon. So I would say it's a great commuter bike if you're planning to do that. It's very easy to ride. It's very comfortable. It's not like a, well, it's not a sports tourer, but it's also not a sports bike per se. So it's somewhat soft, but also very sporty. So it has a nice suspension. Gives you a lot of confidence while riding. It's no problem if there's wind coming from the side or anything. I also had, and I sold this previously, I had a GS, BMW GS, and I didn't like it. So it was very swinging in the wind, very, very soft, very upright seating position. This is a little bit sporty, but not too much. It's not too much leaned over, and it's very nimble in terms of how it manages the gas if you accelerate. Let's pull away from these guys here. Don't want to be stuck behind the truck here. Alright, I'm gonna go on the highway up there. I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 highway exits. It's also very easily flickable. I really like to do lane splitting with it on the highway. So that's the highest gear. You will be sitting at 65, or I can't do 65 behind the truck right now. At 60, let's say at 70, you're at 5,500 RPM. I hope the sound here, my voice is still okay. Yeah, it runs very smooth, very, very clean. Again, no issues with the bike. Actually, when I got my BMW GS and this bike, I pretty much preferred riding this bike over the GS. Let's take an exit here, or the exit here. Yeah, so maybe I'll do one more acceleration run here on the light, just to show you the how it accelerates. But I think that will conclude my video. As usual, it's gotten too long, I guess. Oh, the traffic light's green. Maybe on the next one. I'm gonna do one acceleration run and then I'll I won't be doing much more than that here on the street. So it rides well, so no shaking, no rattling, the brakes work well. All gears shift smoothly. Neutral. Yeah, so it's a great bike. Contact me if you're interested. No worries, I'm not riding it like that all the time. I just wanted to show you how it rides like if you push it a little bit. I didn't go all the way up to the end, so you could go a little bit higher. I don't know if it has a rev limiter or not. I didn't push it that hard. Again, most of what I did was highway riding. So again, easily flickable. In that regard, it's even better to ride than my ZX14, which is a little bit on the heavier side. But of course, you can't beat the power of the 1.4 liter engine. So I would choose my bike over this anytime, of course, but it's a completely different bike. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy the bike. I'll leave the video up when I sold the bike. I'll leave the video up for generations to come. Now for other people being interested in a Suzuki Katana, it's kind of a review video as well, kind of, I guess. But if the Craigslist ad or wherever I'm going to post the bike, I don't know yet, if that's down, the bike is sold, it's gone. Yeah, I would fill it up again, but it's full, so I just filled it up, the gas. Don't ask me how big the tank is, I don't know, you could probably look it up online. The range is better than my ZX14 actually, so the range is, I haven't really completely tested it out. It always makes me nervous if the needle goes somewhere down to like the last 2 or 3 millimeters. So I would say the range that I got real life riding, highway riding, somewhat city riding, is like 180 miles, 160 for sure, 180, yes, definitely, 200, maybe not. So somewhere between like 170 and 190 or so. Depends on how you ride. If I really push it a little bit, it'll go down to like a little bit over 40. If you really ride it smooth, just like smooth going on the highway, you definitely can, oh, screen, can get like 50 miles out of it per gallon. Okay, that's it now. Again, contact me if you're interested in the Suzuki GSX600F Katana. Alright, thanks for watching, take care, safe riding, bye bye.